Hello everyone! Welcome to full moon and lunar eclipse. So this is the last of 3 eclipses, so we're done with eclipse season for a bit. For me, this carries on through the Lion's Gate on August 8th, and I kind of end it with the Pleiades peaking August 15th. This is just what works for me. The Pleiades thing kind of feels really natural in that cycle as a wind down point. But so just so you know, no eclipses for a wee while. It'll be nice. I can't remember what moon we're in. There's one. Month are we looking at? In July. So it does appear to be full moon in Capricorn. Yep. So yeah. So we're in Capricorn. We got a lunar eclipse going on. Looks like it'll be 12:44 a.m. I do believe that's Eastern time zone. So yeah, things have been rolling fast, really fast, and slow at the same time. It's kind of been weird. And it's okay. Let it be what it's going to be. Don't force things too much. If you're feeling like you need some sorting out, check out, there's a new reading up. Soul Dream reading is now up. You might want to check that out to help you get what you need to do sorted out right now and see more clearly what your soul's dream is. So let's get into the reading today. I have the Fallen Angels Oracle and Morgan Greer. They look really pretty together, so let's see, who do we get? Who befronts? New chapter. So, and as I've never heard most of these names ever said, I could be pronouncing it completely incorrectly. Bifronts, Bifronts. So, new chapter. Woohoo, we need one of those, man. So what do you want your new chapter to say? As you're going through this process of understanding where you're at the moment, what do you want your new chapter to say? That is the most basic question. How are you going to use this? What do you want to create? Do you really want to keep on with the same old, or do you want some kind of transformation that creates a better you, a better place to live in? And sometimes we just have to start with, like, what do I want in my new chapter? What's going to be in there, and what do I not want in there? Because knowing what you don't want is also a very important thing. We often tend to think, like, emphasize the perfect day of what I want, and how is it going to show up? What is it going to do? And we often ignore, like, the what do I not want? What's not in the parameter? Because knowing what you don't want is part of setting boundaries, and it's part of our new chapter. What do we want in this new chapter? What don't we want? And so, yeah, really pay attention to that. So let's pull 2 more cards, and then we'll do an affirmation card. Alrighty. So, first card up is the Devil. And I kind of feel like there's been a lot of Tower energy around. The Tower has been showing up several times here and there. But the Devil's kind of like, the words "I dare you" popped into my head. I dare you. I dare you to not glue it back together. Because, there's a saying, kind of, when things all fall to pieces, you're going to glue them back together. Gluing it back together, put your life back together. What if we don't want to glue that old stuff back together, what if that old stuff that fell off and is broke is not part of our new chapter? And I feel like the devil's saying, I dare you not to glue your old life back together. I dare you to create a new one. I'm kind of poking at you. Are you going to do it? What you going to do? Going to glue it back together? What you going to do? And he's interested in that aspect of like, which choice do you want to do? Do you want to keep sticking the old stuff back on the new you and trying to make that work and fit into your old shell? Or will you accept the dare of the devil and like step out of the old mess and into the new you and create that new chapter that Bee Friends suggest we can have? But I really feel like if we pick up the pieces and glue them back together, you're not going to get a new chapter. You're going to get a repeat chapter. You're going to get something that's just kind of there. But be willing to step into empowerment, into yourself, into the new, what awaits you there? Which leads us to the Ace of Rods. Ooh. Raw primal energy to work with, creativity, fire, new beginnings, new growth. And you can see there's kind of this theme of new beginnings going on with this full moon and lunar eclipse. Of creating a new chapter, starting something new, the devil daring us to move into something we might not know completely, not to glue those pieces back together, because we have this chance at the Ace of Rods of really rocking the new stuff, of moving more fully into what has changed over this past several months, and that's been a substantial amount. I know very few people who have not had some substantial transformations in one way or another over the last few months. And the Ace of Rods is telling us to go for it, to bring out that new growth and to really nurture it. And use that fresh new energy we have to figure out what it is, how it works in our life, how we want to put it to work. It feels like a really awesome place to be, frankly. So let us pick out a affirmation card. And see what we get. Let it go. So when I say let it go, I don't mean like let it go because you can't be bothered to do the work. What I mean is let it go is that thing that from like 20 years ago, 10 years ago, 5 years ago, however long ago, that you're still chewing on. You're still mulling over the argument from this morning. Let it go. Yeah, the more you keep chewing on it, the more you don't get the new chapter. The more you start moving back into old parameters, the more you shut down the growth of the Ace of Rods. So, what do you need to let go of? And sometimes that let go is just like your hands all clenched around it. And you just do that. And sometimes it can be like, whoosh, and you're really just going to throw it off into the universe. Where you are, that's where you are. Let it go does not mean like shitty behaviors go. And people, let them just keep going, oh yeah, let it go. No. You can call people out. What you're really just letting go is all that crap you just keep reliving, chewing on, mulling over, coming up with witty quipes, all that kind of fun stuff. That's what you're letting go. Not the real work that's being done in your life. It's the things that kind of get in the way of the real work because you're still having that conversation in your head with your boss and how you could have done it better or whatever. That takes a lot of energy. That could be going to the real work because we want our new chapter. And we want a good new chapter. We want to start it out strong. And the devil's daring us to, like, hey, do we glue the pieces back together and go for the old? Or do we leave them lie there and move into something new and awesome? and, step into the work that we can really do and use our creative imagination, constructiveness to rebuild things and create new growth within ourselves and within our systems. Because if we stop mulling over little tiny trivialities that upset us, we're going to have a lot more energy. And I know this because I've done it. I have relived, I have chewed over things. And really, when I finally broke that habit, for the most part, it still, surfaces in times of stress, and we work on it. I process it a lot faster than I used to. I have a lot more energy. I get to sleep a lot faster too. So let go of those things that really are not going to do you any good. You can't change it. It's 20 years old. It's in the past. It's done. Work with what you can change and create something really new and awesome. So, okay, little light language before we go. Aborebe, oketani chokate ebedan nosh podraye kamena yetote, hishikit ayo, yakabadante, jishomo de gerete, jeta jamakalatika a shoshakabadriketano ka, oda mekenini loha. Hebede ka shitchipokadalamani loma. Hein garanya shahaton demekan hey kun Ushmakatarikitarabishikatariniki wawarara hebetaranishiki bohe Hushanakini nanashikadarapon. All right, everyone, have a wonderful, wonderful day and start that new chapter. There's a lot of potential there. There's a lot of good. And I think you're going to enjoy it more than trying to glue back the pieces. So go out there, be the love in the world. Bye-bye.